Do have confirmation. We are getting in the match. Let me go double check, make sure I'm not. Okay, I didn't get kicked from the Overwatch server or anything. So many times where I've had the game open and then I'm like, I didn't get my invite, and I go back and it's like, you are not connected to the server. Oh, it's nice to see loser pick. Okay, we got a DPS banned out here. Ooh, from, I guess we better go plug in a point, huh? Let's lock in. It's time to get into this match. Ooh, and it's Lucky Cat who take map 1. Okay. Now, Lucky Cat are your underdogs coming into this. But actually, I say that. Lucky Cat actually may have had the higher seeding now that I'm thinking about it. Again, this is a team that totally flew under my radar. I did not have as close an eye on as I probably should. Lucky Cat. Okay, you know, they are neck and neck. This isn't, I wasn't sure who ended up in the 8th slot and who ended up in the 9th slot. Pytel 10 and 6, Lucky Cat 9 and 7. And Lucky Cat came in with this, I want to say it was a push at the end of the season, yeah? Okay, I mean, it was kind of towards the end of the season. First 3 weeks, you know, there are a 2 and 4 squad, and perhaps that first impression in my brain, you know, maybe was a little bit lower than it should have been, because those 4 losses are all top teams. Potofu was the easiest opponent in that 4-loss streak. They turn around, win the next, 6 of their next 7? And that's good enough to get them in the playoffs. Now, Pytel does win the head-to-head. This is the last week of regular season. Pytel does 3-0 the head-to-head. And they played Samoa for map 1 in that series as well. Yes, Seth, yes. All of FACEIT League is on OWCS style now. All of FACEIT League. Chills Far and Ana that were banned out. I was looking at the last series. God. See what happens when I get out of my routine. See what happens. All right, let's get into map 2. Lucky Cat up 1-0. Upper bracket, round 1. Show me some Overwatch. Okay, Pytel coming out with a Sigma composition. Lucio Curie. That Torbjorn. And out of Cheeseburger. You know what? You can see why Torbjorn was banned out in the previous head-to-head in that final week of regular season, in which I so adequately confused the hell out of myself. Ooh. Looked like there was some good pressure from Thrower. Had Broca kind of back it up, but not enough to send them off the high ground. And great first push coming from alternate Pytel. This is looking like a one and done. I've already got one. I've already got 2 ticks here. Yes. Okay. Good. Good to see the FACEIT points working. That's amazing. God, I wish they would just let me do that for all of my FACEIT matches. I think it would actually help. People love free stuff. We're trying to get more eyes on T2, T3. I think that'd be a good boon. Was in fact a one and done here out of Pytel to start things off. Cheeseburger's sitting at passive ult charge right now. What is? Hey, it's all right. Ty Biscuits got this Kitsune rush. Yeah, immediately going to throw that on the corner. Everybody from Lucky Cat are able to just back up. They get passed over to Green Bus. You know, it was a good teleport out of 630. Overclock now from Big Bog. Throwers down, 95% to grab, but Big Bog gets 3. Woo. Oh, and the finish on Team Biscuit. What a 4K out of Big Bog. Okay. Okay, we're starting to see what Lucky Cat brings to the table. That was spectacular. That'll get you locked in. I'm hooked now. Grab Photon Barrier, available from the defense. Sound Barrier, Flux from the attacking alternate Pytel. It's just gonna be a quick disengage away from the Photon Barrier, but still Dazed Reox is able to find the Juno. I mean, what a pick. So it's just Brig healing here for this defense. Thrower not gonna get a chance to the grab out. Dazed Reox takes them out of the sky with that beautiful railgun shot, and Pytel, it took him a couple of tries here on point B. They're going to start pushing in around this last curve. They have 630 isolated, not able to escape. Ooh, 630 gets the teleport down. Slick move. They were in a 3v1 and still managed to come out on top, or still managed to come out alive. But Molten Core on the point gets them the check mark. Oh my goodness, the googly eyes. I forgot we had googly eyes. Yeah, FACEIT points on a channel that's got less than 100 people in it. You know, you got some pretty good odds. That rush is up from Pytel. Really impressed with 630's use of teleporters here. That one used to disengage from that big ultimate. Groka's still holding on to this flux, though. And as they press closer and closer towards this third check mark, defense is going to start bunching up. And as they run out of room to bunch up. Yeah, that was a good sentence. Nevertheless, despite all of that setup, ends up just being a solo grab thrown onto thrower. Solo flux, I suppose. Rock lands onto Big Bog. Oh, they're just completely isolated from the team. No chance to throw out that overclock. The defense never got a chance to set up there on point C, it felt like.
Score 0-3.
Yeah, now the FACEIT points are dropping. Right. Let's see. Yay! Yay, FACEIT drops are working. Let's go. Look at it. Look at it. We're just giving out FACEIT points like candy.
Switching sides. Initiating match.
After a brief pause, get back in. Pytel with a 4-minute time bank here on Noon Body. Lost one team fight on point B, but that was it. Other than that, it was just smooth sailing there for Pytel. Groka not having to invest in ultimate until the very end, able to just work around the bubbles of thrower. Once you get the Zarya out, there was very little defense, very little to stop that push. So it looks like they're going to attempt to go over to a Winston here on the attack.
3, 2, 1. Attackers incoming.
Groker on the big pink wrecking ball. I was a little disappointed that Wrecking Ball wasn't available for the Totally Normal watch. I was looking forward to super fast growing Wrecking Ball, but you know, just good old standard size Wrecking Ball here for Groka. Had a couple targets in first floor hotel, but the Sim is able to find the Mega, and Groka has to back out. 630 is going to teleport up to the high ground. Meanwhile, Groka finds a kill onto Yonisco. Now, I don't know how much of a detriment is not having the Lucio here with this Winston comp, but you know, one thing you're missing is a little bit of protection onto Key Dog. So Groka hunts down the other support. This does force Thrower back, and running out of sustain, this attack is starting to lose its teeth. Not to mention its reinforcements. Burger doing a good job of getting on top of the supports there. You can see Unisco is about 20% behind in that sound barrier right now. Thor makes a swap to Amaga. Okay, so now that Lucio speed is far more important, as well as these teleporters out of 630. The photon barrier could be used as well at this point. We have had one tick already picked up, so only 2/3 needed. Blizzard thrown from the high ground. Everybody's able to vacate out. Good teleport from 630 gets everybody onto the point. Considering they rush there once they arrive. Thrower finding Cheeseburger. Open up this fight here for Lucky Cat. And Big Bog takes Daze out of the fight as well. So, beautiful dodge from the Blizzard. Great teleport out from 630. And a flawless fight from there on in. Good job from Thrower to isolate that opening pick. Take Cheeseburger and the May out of the fight. Very first thing. Unisco did manage to catch up, make up that deficit on the Sal barrier. So both of them ready to go. Might need it here with mines coming in. A little amp speed. Okay, everybody's able to just back away. Oh, Big Dog gets caught on the outside in a bit of a 1v2. Kato's coming in to help out Roka in that. Daze getting the kill. Roka trying to chase 630, but it's forced out from Thrower. Has to just settle back, pick up a Mega. This opens up some space. Key Dog finds a pick. Roka taking too much damage. Forced to back out, but Card still has some room to go. Lots of time for a re-engage. In fact, Groka and All Pytel trying to figure out how they want to approach this. Groka taking the long trick back up to the high ground. Kitsune rush there on low once they arrive. Sound Barrier has been invested here for both squads, and a Kitsune rush from the defense and trying to fend this off, but Thrower's still at full health, just standing tall on the front lines. Photon Barrier is a great way for this team to just dance around and negate so much damage. Kato's trying to just hide and stall. You had an invincibility glitch? Oh. Yeah, for whatever reason, I didn't get to play very much. I had to play a little bit of it last night, and I kept getting, like, Lucio Zen backlines. And I was like, can I please just go ball? I can't play any other tank when I'm a Lucio Zen. Can I please just go ball? Most important corner of this defense has already been taken with just the Kitsune rush. Daze gets separated. You've also got Cheeseburger isolated up top on the balcony. He has a Blizzard. Oh my goodness, they're just going to yeet that thing long range onto the point. Overrun out of Thrower will get them out of the freeze range, get them out of that AoE. Overclock in response, and it's Key Dog once again finding first blood. But Dazed has their own overclock and has already picked up two. Coming out from the spawn to stop Lucky Cat right at the threshold of getting this third point. I mean, it would have been with a comparable time bank as well, but Daze is not having any of it. Picks up 3 in this fight. Thrower crossing a lot of ground to get over into that opposite corner, but a Kitsune rush just thrown right on top of him. Could be trouble. Groka's already gotten a grab after making a swap over to a Zarya here a fight or two ago. Sound barrier used. Thrower goes down. The defense looking to make another big hold with the tank taken off the battlefield already. Lucky Cat have got to bail. Now, Big Dog is able to respond. Long run back there for Thrower. Can they make it back in time to leverage this player advantage from Lucky Cat? 630, Photon Barriers have been very good. This one, once again, dissecting the point. Kitsune Rush tossed in, but the grab right on the point has got so many people in it. Groka's able to find a pair. Suzu late to save Groka, and Unisco finds a kill on a team. Get all amidst this cage fight. It's a 2v2 on the back of the point. Unisco comes up with another one through this. And those big googly eyes moving towards the final cap. A swap over to the Margaret here for Groka. Comes back onto the objective. Pops that cardiac overdrive. Might already have 2 hearts up, but Big Box already got 2. Thrower will get 2 more. Finds both kills. A double with 1 overrun stomp. But so much time eaten off the clock. What could have been a 3-minute time bank has been chopped down to a 60-second. A meager 60 seconds.
3-3.
Chapom? Appreciate the follow.
Initiating match.
Trees getting in the way of my fantastic camera angles. There's a bit of sarcasm in there. Speaking of fantastic camera angles.
Ready for battle.
Groka and Pytel sticking with this Zarya and on the defense.
Five, 4, 3, 2, 1. Attackers incoming. Defend objective A.
60 seconds in extra innings for a lucky cat to make something happen here. Try to move up to match point. Oh, Venture out Cheeseburger. He's kind of an X-Factor pick here for Cheeseburger. Likes to play some of these funny heroes. You know, we've seen the Torb. We saw the May here for most of this map, but I love this Venture swap. This is going to put a lot of pressure, not just on the supports, yeah, but on to, well, the DPS, and you can follow this logger around. I love Cheeseburger just hunting Thrower. You know, you'd expect the Venture to go harass, you know, perhaps Big Dog or Unisco. No, it just sticks right on the Malga. Doesn't give Thrower an inch to work with. Thrower now forced onto a Wrecking Ball just to come back in and try to get a touch. Is booped off the objective. Does start the OT. Cross the threshold at that 3-second mark. Thrower's taking so much damage just to make that happen, though. Not enough staying power. Looks like Key Dog, yeah, not close enough to an ultimate to swap this. In fact, nobody else even makes it to the point.
Score 3-3. Switching sides. Initiating match. Ready for battle.
So Pytel have 4 minutes to get the 33% they need.
Adjusting turret placement.
Now, we saw there a start on this Zarya.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Attackers incoming. Defend objective.
Groka and Pytel go right back into the Sigma composition. Cheeseburger onto the Torb. So the exact same comp they were able to one and done this point A with on their initial attack. And it's the exact same strategy. Very blitzkrieg overrun on the high ground. Daze has already found Key Dog out of the back line. Now able to stage up on this high ground. Not much sustain for Thrower down low. Thrower was forced to run all four. The Mega is able to bubble the rock, but not the rest of the damage. And there's the 33%. Pytel will tie us up here on their map pick a new body.
Play of the game.
This ends now.
Yeah, that was sick. That was that early overclock. Unfortunately for Lucky Cat, I think that was the best. That was the best they looked that whole map. It was right there. That was the one team fight they were able to win on the defense on the back of that huge 4K from Big Bog. Hey, but Lucky Cat, get the pick. You got Escort or Press to choose from. All right, we're going Route 66. I just want to... This is cool, so cool. It's so nice to see a full loser pick format in Expert Division. This is our first time seeing this. True loser pick. Hero band's done per map. Gotta love it. Lucky Cat are going to start us on the attack. Let me go ahead and just fix that immediately. I find it works best if I do it that way. Okay, it's a DPS ban out of Lucky Cat. Now, one thing I do want to check, or actually, let's look at some stats first. But I have one other thing I want to check before we get into map 3. 21-5 for Groka. Swapping around in a couple of different heroes. I mean, we saw the Sigma, we saw the Zarya, we saw the Maga, we saw the Wrecking Ball. 4 different tanks played in earnest, like not just go to the Wrecking Ball for a quick roll out to get back to the point for an overtime situation or something like that. No. 4 tanks played sincerely. They're out of Groka and looked pretty damn good in all of them. Dazed is going to be is tied actually with, look how close Dazed and Big Boy were. Big Boy actually 25-4. Dazed 25-9. It was just all the pressure onto the tank. Big Bog at 14.9, Dazed at 14.7. Meta slash... sorry, wrong button. Meta slash Thrower at 14.6. Very, very close. Excuse me. 14. Yeah, it was still 14.8. Look at that. Wait, look at that. Thrower had, there's only 20 damage. That's less than a melee of damage difference for Thrower between map 1 and map 2. That's kind of uncanny, y'all. Literally 20. Only 1 digit changes. All right. They're finalizing lineups. I want to go check and see, did we get... Okay, so no Route 66 played last time these teams met. Judging by this was a left-right pick system, so Numbani was also Pytel's pick in the regular season face-off between these two. But now we're getting into a little bit of uncharted territory as far as, well, at least recent history between these two squads. We said it was a DPS ban there from Lucky Cat. They're banning out the Venture, specifically targeting Cheeseburger on that. Zarya ban. And here from Ultimate Pytel. Let's get into map 3. This is one of my favorite googly eyes. Like, it actually has a face. It actually has an expression. And it's a very Route 66 looking expression. It reminds me of the, was it, whoa, what's his name? Mater? From Cars? The tow truck?
3, 2, 1. Attackers incoming. Stop the payload.
Okay, cheeseburger on the main in lieu of the venture ban. You can see just a little bit of a bait going on. Cheeseburger just patiently waiting to ambush. Okay, backs out once they realize that Genji was coming up there. Trying to avoid, staying on opposite side. Also looked like they prioritized a teleport that had been thrown down. Where's 630 going? What an interesting flank. All the way back into the high ground, completely unread here from Alt Pytel. I still don't think they've registered this. 630 just tossing in all fire from the back line. Now the teleport onto Big Earls. Here comes Chief. Subbing in here for map 3, pulling out the Genji. The dive has been thwarted for the moment, but it still feels like the defense hasn't quite stabilized and given a lot of point pressure. And a purple Groka is not going to get out of there. Thrower finds a kill on a cheeseburger, securing that flank on the top side. And Big Earl's now in complete control of Lucky Cat. All in the back of that brilliant flank from 630. Winston swap from Groka is just immediately getting melted. 630's got this beam locked in. Yeah, so I say Groka had sub 50 health, and the Rock did it. Yep, Rock from Thrower. I have thoughts. It feels weird to force teams that only have 5 players to add a player. That feels a little odd to me, but hey, you know what? It does make sense from, you know, what you're talking about as far as no more like Danny Torb sort of situation. But it feels odd to force every team to do that. Like, I mean, you know, TD didn't have a sub, they're forced to play with a manager. It's been smooth sailing so far for Lucky Cat. They've got all 9 lives still left, not to mention a couple check marks in the bank as well. Where this is Blade at? Groka's got the nano, as does Chief. Chief is able to slice through too. Quick dash, deflect. Finish on Tie Biscuit, and the smooth sailing continues. As Lucky Cat saunters into the warehouse. Lick their paws, give you that, you know, I don't care about anything look. As cats do. First time Groka Pytel able to find first blood here on this defense. Oh, Thrower somehow doesn't get the days out of the LOS. Both rallies down low, both just get immediately destroyed. Kanos even drops the lulls in chat on that one, yeah. Hey, PK, what is up, my friend? Thank you for being here. Gotta love it when legends show up. It's an honor. It's an honor. All right, Mater's stuck on the corner. Getting another interesting flank here. There's been a shout engage on the front line. 630 kind of caught out of the fight. Once again, kind of going a long distance rotation, trying to take a very wide angle. Kind of puts themselves out of the fight for a moment. But now on top of the semi, another just deep flank here from 630. And their teleporter's destroyed. The escape has been cut off. They're able to create another one, get the heck out of there. Meanwhile, I mean, still some progress being picked up. As Lucky Cat have made it to the front of the semi now. Nano, basically Nano Blade ready to go here from this defense. Groka's actually going to receive the boost first. Yonisco wasted that one. That is a cancel on the Nano. That Nano did not make it out onto anyone. And that could be a turning point here from this defense. Feels like a momentum shift there in that fight. Where Lucky Cat had the pace, had the tempo set. We're in control up until it felt like just then. 630 able to find that deep presence in the back line. Does not work out. Chief does get a bare blade kill onto Cheeseburger. He on finds dazed. So despite not having the Nano, Chief's still gonna make it work. Gets it done just dry. Just plain and dry. Has him swap out of Groka to come here and make this final stand. Cheeseburger onto a May just for some extra stall potential. Thor's gonna throw in a rampage. Got Groka in a big double shield bash. Isolated. Typus getting Cheeseburger. And that's gonna close it out. Painkiller shows up and just immediately gets FACEIT points. I mean, appropriate. Appropriate.
Initiating match.
Hey, and Seth got some FACEIT points. I don't know how long they're going to keep these on, but hopefully they keep them going.
Ready for battle.
It's just kind of random giveaways periodically. Lemon fan of Hanzo. It's not drops in a traditional sense, really, is it? It's more giveaway style. It's not like everybody's guaranteed to earn points in like a slow drip kind of fashion.
Five, four, three, two, one. Attackers in. Stop the payload.
Okay, we get a 4 out of Cheeseburger. Once again, loves playing really leading into the flex of flex DPS. Actually able to trade out. That rocket did enough damage where Daze is able to pick up that kill on Unisco in a worthy trade here for the attackers. I'm also surprised Pytel aren't pushing this 5v4. Yeah, it's just a slow whittle down. As opposed to just getting hyper-aggressive and diving in on the back of the player advantage. They just kind of let Cheeseburger pepper and rockets from a distance. Alongside Dazed. They're able to pick up another one, still keeping a player advantage going. Even as reinforcements start to show back up. But Thrower with the Sigma is able to get the first kill for this defense. Moves up to stop Mater. Ooh, gets a bit surrounded. 2v2 turns out with a trade, but the defense are able to hold an off-screen. Chief finding Cheeseburger is going to alleviate a lot of pressure. This will force Groka back. Topside cave approach from Pytel. Looking to take this opposite high ground. A good setup, and it has forced everybody from Lucky Cat to drop off of Big Earls. There's the Nano engage. Rally up from Key Dog. Unisco has a Nano to strike back with here if they need it. Get the shield bash, teleport up. Chief throws out the blade. 630 goes down, but it's trading off for Cheeseburger, cut down out of the sky. Now looking for the auto, but there's just too many players there. With the rally and the nade, there was just no shot of Chief working through it all. Groko will get booped and slept, but still able to get back up on their feet. Finish off the supports. Gonna be about 4 minutes on the clock. Not quite as swift as the Lucky Cat push. But still a damn respectable tie bank by the time they get the cap. Bob available from Dazed, and 630's already putting the angle, puts the teleporter down to go secure the top of Garage, not to give Dazed some free map control to work with and free space to find a crossfire. Dazed does have this Bob in case you do get an attack on point. That was a lot of damage from the light gun. The Bunny Blaster actually put in a truckload of work. 630 gets the kill. 630 still dangerously close underneath the defense here from Pytel, but eventually gets overwhelmed, does not have the out, opted to use the teleporter to try to pursue the aggression as opposed to give them an escape. Nano boost thrown about, oh, excuse me, it was a nano boost on the Groku. I thought Chief was nano there for a second too. Was it just me? It looked like Chief was glowing there. May have just been on fire. Good photon barrier to protect through the barrage. But Cheeseburger's gonna drop in point blank. Fine, Key Dog. Moves in. 2 more point blanks, but eats an anti-nade. Time is gonna bail him out. I think Unisco might have had Cheeseburger's numbers. Thrower eventually is gonna bring him down. Groka's low and doesn't want to have to use the primal. Yeah, a little too conservative with, okay. With the kill coming in, though, here comes the reinforcement. Being that stingy with the primal rage might have just cost Pytel this cap. It's gonna be a double investment to secure the stop out of Lucky Cat. Groka just needed to hit Q. Guy, you know, I certainly understand wanting to be conservative with ultimates, not wanting to use your only ultimate going into point C. It would have made it very difficult. Oh, but the gamble does not pay off. Risky move from Groka. It's 630 all the way across on the other side. There's the primal out of Groka, down low in front of the cap. Has got a low-key dog down into spawn. Oh, that's gonna be a good follow-up to find Unisco. Worth the wait. The primal rage will find both of the supports. And this should get Mater into the warehouse.
60 seconds remaining. The payload has reached the chip.
Rampage here from Thrower, no Curie on Pytel. This could be nasty. Gonna throw it in gets 2 in the corner, immediately cuts through Katos. Actually got Groka with that Rampage as well. Nicely played there out of Thrower to pick up 3. Get the 2 targets they were actually after. With Groka being purple, they're not able to move in and peel to try to follow up. Where is Audist Simir? Wait, are Sim mirrors that Audist? I don't know that that's the first time I think I've ever heard those 3 words put together like that. String together to form a phrase. Chief with a pair of kills is... Oh, God. Chief just killing everybody? Chief's gonna find 4. Potential top 10 play out of Chief there, just in the blink of an eye. That was ridiculous. Nano boosted Cheeseburger drops in with the drift thrusters, picks up 2. Such a cool change. I love the dynamic of the drift thrusters. Unfortunately, it has been traded out. It's a 2v2 left on the point. Okay, I was about to say, I only saw 2 kills from Lucky Cat. Was T-Biscuit, or Tie Biscuit. Swift steps in there at the last moment. But not a whole lot of ground to be gained on the back of this fight win, and a lot of time eaten off the clock. In fact, only 35 seconds remain. Photon barrier thrown right over the point, and here comes the aggression out of Lucky Cat's defense. Uniska goes down. Dazed. Ooh, has looped into a really cool position. Oh, kind of got stuck on the jump up. And just those split seconds of time for the defense to get around the corner and out of range. Oh, no. The defense isolates and seals down this corner. You do get a little bit of a back cap, but it is picked up on. And Lucky Cat's defense has got this in the bag. It's an amp speed engage. They're going to make it back to this point in time. Whip shot able to block one. Ty-Biscuit draws some attention from that far left side that goes down. Chief gets the nano boost, heads into the small room. Meanwhile, Thrower dominating on the point. Lucky Cat will move up to 2-1 with a big hold here on Route 66. Aww. Hey, look, there's the Lucky Cat. All right, for you lore people in chat, what is... I expect Maddie to know this one. What is Briggs Cat's name? What is Briggs Cat's name? No cheating. Esperanca pick here out of Pytel, trying to force this map 5. And it's going to be a DPS ban from Pytel as well. Let's go take a look at some stats from map 4. Map 3 of me. Wait! Wait, no shot! Wait a minute, no shot! Did Thrower do it again? Thrower did it again. Okay, it's more than 1 digit changing, but it's still only 31 point difference. And a 11 point damage difference from map 1. How is that? This is, I'm just fascinated by Thrower's damage numbers. This is wild. I've never seen a tank so consistently, like, where every map they have within 30 damage of the previous map. I have never in my life. 30-6. Once again, also damn close. Look how close once again these two tanks are matching up. And throwing, I mean, a variety of different looks, styles, compositions, picks at us.
Initiating match.
All right, heading to Esperanca. Let's see. We had a DPS ban from Pytel. That's going to be the Sim. Or they're also starting us off on the attack. Let's go ahead and get that fixed for you. Get into some Esperanca. Winton ban here on a Lucky Cat. No Winton. Oh, we have the Winton emote. I guess I need the anti-Winton, like an emote with Winton with the like do not enter sign over it or whatever. All right, let's get into map 4.
Objective unlocks in 30 seconds.
So it's gonna be a Zarya battle. Whoops. Random screenshot. What, are you making a sub here? Yeah, Cheeseburger is out. This is Danny Fan. Beans on Beans is Danny Fan. So we did get a sub in the DPS role. And what a good start. Flawless first fight here for Pytel, bringing the Genji player in. Seems to have been a good strat. So far, so good. Oops, sorry. I was just trying to turn off the icons. What's up, Ref? I appreciate you being here. Big Bog had that huge 4K on new body. One of the best plays of the series. It was a map that did not go in Lucky Cat's favor, but a big pick on this re-engage to deny what can be a very strong like defender's advantage position. Trying to come out from that mega room. I mean, as we're seeing Pytel do here. Pytel opted for just a low ground approach. Days fighting from down low, but look at Tina's can open it up. Gets their counterpart. Still, that high ground advantage proves to be still too much for Kados to move up and overwhelm. Thrower's low. Gorka's trying to push in. We'll finish it off with a nice right click. The bubble in to help shield the supports while finishing off the rest of the kills. Exemplary Zarya play out of Groka to send TS1 marching back the other direction. On the knife's edge, too. That was a very close fight. Close to the checkpoint. We're going to see Thrower try to come back in. They make it! They make it! Oh my, that was close. What a re-engage. And Pytel give it up. Pytel don't try to argue. You're going to live to fight another day where you can get this Kitsune rush into the mix. Big Pog with an overclock. Positioned on the high ground has been forced off by the blade here out of Beans on Beans. That's a grab in from Groka. Got a couple in it. Had a Kitsune rush in there as well, and that's going to net them a pair of kills. Zarya may be one of the most powerful heroes in a Kitsune rush. If not the single most powerful hero to have in a Kitsune rush. I mean, just getting bubbles back that fast and the extra tick damage on the beam is such a brutal combo. It's so hard for anything to withstand just that much damage output. Yeah, I suppose Mog is another good one just because you get cardiac up so quickly. That got deflected! That got deflected! I don't know where it landed. Sound barrier in from Kados is still kind of a nasty fight. A bit of a bloodbath and two different fights going on. Lucky Cat's able to win them both out. Thrower's able to hold down that front line. And despite what looks like losing the grab, I did not see where the grab landed, but it certainly didn't land where they were aiming. I'd have to agree with you, Machu. I don't remember seeing Groka play this many tanks at this level. Like, they've all looked exceptional. And he's going to win out this duel against Thrower once again for the second time on this exact corner. Comes out with the MTD. Now just bustling everybody off of the bot to protect the checkpoint, protect the lead here for all Pytel as we approach the halfway mark of the time. Big Mog stubbornly holding that high ground, just trade out. But Groka's still at 90 charge. This is going to be quick work with the cleanup. Pytel successfully prevent the checkpoint. Now, we're only 3 strong here, so I'd imagine they're going to try to get their close spawns unlocked, and we'll just disengage up to high ground. 20% sound barrier advantage for Yanisco coming into this next fight. May need it though. Groka's got the grab. Now, Zarya did get the nerf where that charge doesn't last as long. I was kind of surprised when we cut back and Groka was already down to 0 charge. So starting to see that nerf come into effect. So as such, doesn't have the energy to throw in the grab immediately. Trying to wait to build some of that up. Getting in the face of Big Bog's ultimate here will get it done. Days fights too through the thick of all that. The Kitsune rush to help keep Groka alive on the back half of this fight. Can't quite finish off Key Dog themselves, but Ty Biscuit will. And Groka once again gets the better end of the trade with Thrower. There's allowed Kados to get caught up. Yanisco never with an opportunity to get the sound barrier into that previous fight. Quite a few ultimates available, including this Kitsune rush you're going to see now, and a Graviton Surge to couple with it if they need. That sound barrier thrown in from both of our squads. Days responds. Counterpunching here with an overclock to try to prevent having to fall back anymore. See if they can hold that corner. Doesn't like it though. It seems like the team started to fall back and Chief is going to move in. Ends up being a trade with the Genji Blade, and Beans goes down, doubling 2-1. A low-key dog dancing around some shurikens, able to stay alive. Big Bog picks up two. Beans eventually moves in to find Key.
Nice try.
The Big Bog, the last player standing. With, I mean, that was how much health? Like 5 health? Look at Days in here, like, lighting up the kill feed and winning FACEIT points all at the same time. Now that's some talent. Thrower still with the Graviton Surge, and there's nothing to defend against it here. Big Ball playing on the right-hand side with Thrower moving up main, trying to create a bit of a pincer movement onto this high ground. Been forced off as Dazed finds Chief. This means Big Ball has to respect it, regroup with the team, and they're forced to fall back, disengage, giving up this precious high ground. Graviton Surge thrown in from Groka. Not enough follow-up on it. Dazed is able to find one, but the rest of the kills going in favor of Thrower, despite the bot kind of getting away from him here a little bit.
Robots ours. The breeze brings relief.
Thrower still with the grab. Speaking up, there's a Kitsune rush grab in from Thrower. The combo will net them quite a few picks.
I'm on fire.
They had a precious fight win here out of Lucky Cat. We'll get them the checkpoint and caught up. But with this delay here, there'll be a fight for this corner.
Enemy force.
Beans in a little bit of a duel on the inside with Big Bog shooting out from the high ground. Thrower just solo anchoring this cart at the moment. Simultaneous overclocks and Daze immediately shuts Big Bog's down. Big Bog never even got a chance to pull the trigger on that OC. The flawless fight win. Good hold out of all Pytel with 35 seconds to go. They'll be able to get rid of the close spawns, but you know what? Not before Lucky Cat are able to use. Wait, does Key Dog get the close spawn? Key Dog did not get the close spawn. Yeah, you see the taxi back here from Yanisco. Lucky Cat are forced to wait. They do get their supports into this fight. Lucky Cat gonna have to win 2 if not 3 fights in a row to take this map. Key Dog with an opening kill, though. It's a good start, but Yanisco ends up isolated on the top, trying to move in. Kados with the only sound barriers able to push forward. Beans on Beans cleaning up the back line. Groka low here on the front, though. Thrower close to a grab is trying to push forward to eliminate the tank. Ah, it's traded! The damage comes in too quick from all Pytel. And they will close it out here on Esperanca. Alternate Pytel will force that map 5. All right, we're going the distance. We're going the distance. Lucky Cat, get a map pick and they can choose between any map that has not been played yet. So those are all listed on your screen there. Currently, Suravasa is the pick. Suravasa is the pick. We're highlighting the versatility out of Groka there at the start of Esperanca. As they're going into a Zarya mirror, the Winston band out from Lucky Cat. I'm curious to see what role is banned out. I'm very curious to go look at those stats. Burning the timer a little bit. This indicates to me that they're just, taking a bio or something. Somebody had to go AFK for a minute, so they're just burning the timer. Give Groker from Pytel an extra portion of falafel. Now I want falafel, y'all. Thank you. Now I'm hungry for falafel. It was the support band there from Lucky Cat. All right, let's go look at those stats. Groker felt like he took over. Is it the case? I mean, not as much as it felt like. I mean, the 26 and 5 does. The 9,300 damage leading the team. It's not more than the thrower on the other side. Danny Fan and she fairly even. Dazed and Big Boy, fairly even. I mean, damn even. 22 and 7 versus 22 and 8. Big Boy actually had one fewer death. Big Bog, excuse me, had one fewer death and a little bit more damage. LeBigno, thank you for the follow. Appreciate you being here. All right. Finalizing some lineups here for this map 5. Comes in with a dancing crab. It's a great emote. Oh, going all in. Let's go. Let's go. Love to see the Gambas. Love to see the support. Put your money where your mouth is. Yeah, I saw some Gamba on the other side. There it is. By the way, Briggs' cat is named Mitzi. Go back and answer our trivia question from before map 4. Okay, we said Lucky Cat banned out of support. That's going to be the Lucio band from Lucky Cat. They are starting off in the red outlines as well. Which, of course, means we have the Sigma band. Wait. Yes. Wait. Really? Pytel banned Sigma? It may just be a throwaway ban. I mean, I think we're headed into a Zarya clash here. Let's get into map 5. We get the honorable Symmetra duel. As we heard it called earlier. 630, so good with those teleporters. Immediately claiming the side control, creating a couple of different avenues, a couple of different sightlines down onto the stairwell. Daze is able to move in. Oh, look at Cheeseburger's positioning on this teleporter as well. This creates such an interesting dynamic between these two squads. Cheeseburger's going to lose that 1v2 up top. First cap goes Lucky Cat. I love the creativity of the teleporters. Big pursuit coming in, throw her low. Yeah, that was definitely bitten off more than they can chew. Chief easily fell to the shots from Time Biscuit. If the primary fire didn't get it done, the torpedoes would have for sure. And what a counterpunch. The ebb and flow is real here, and Pytel ebb beautifully and flow right back onto a fight-winning point control. I know, I clipped the wall. The camera was supposed to keep going. Stupid pillar. Both of our Zarya's very close to Graf coming into this next fight. This one's going to be explosive. Deadeye from Dazed will buy time, get the rest of these ults up. One where Cheeseburger's going to have a photon barrier advantage. Because Groka and Pytel want to get aggressive on the back of that. Oh, particularly with 630 going down. It's going to melt through the final remaining bubble. Orbital Ray for both of our squads. With a photon barrier to dissect it. The laser light show here in the middle of the market. Big grab. That's an enormous grab from Thor, but they go down to their own right click. Oh, no. They caught everybody in the grab, but didn't have the punching power to finish it off. 5 standing strong from Pytel when the dust settles. And a point on the board. Thor swaps over to Ramatra. A lot more sustain. Just stand on the front line. Put the block up. Oh, what an ambush! The blade is fast. The execution is swift. And the teleport out is not in time. One blade, one fight win. This is exactly how Lucky Cat drew that one up. I will say it was so fast, the point didn't unlock until Pytel were already back here and ready to engage again. So we're going to get dueling rallies on the back of this point with the grab ready to go, but Chief has already taken Kados' grab off the table. Excuse me, rally off the table. Grab got 3, still have a low Chief, but just in the last second, when it seems like the defense is going to crumble, Thrower and Unisco, Sin kills into the feed. Sin Pytel back towards spawn. Starting to see more falafels in chat here this map 5. See if we get any cheeky teleporter here. This is such a straightforward approach. It's just a speed ring boost onto this Deadeye, but there's so much shielding in the way, including the photon barrier up from 630. They're going to push forward, and Chief dashes through yet another one. Chief has just been delivering first blood after first blood here on Suravasa. Thor comes in with 2 at the end of the fight. And the cap of 100-0 here for Lucky Cat, tying us up in this map 5 of Suravasa. They were hoping for a palace spawn, I think. But we're headed to the other side of the map. Actually, a good spawn for Lucky Cat. Oh, no, excuse me. It's a good spawn for Pytel. I had Ruins and Temple backwards. I was thinking Ruins was on that side. So it's Pytel who will get the defender's advantage here. Chief has been lights out, just haymaker after haymaker here in the early of these fights, and the Blade is going to be another good start for Chief and Lucky Cat. Even with a, oh, well, they had their own orbital. I thought that for a split second, I thought it was Pytel's orbital. I was like, no, you need to go through an orbital in there as well. Chief with another multi-kill fight. Not just first blood, but multiple bloods. Lots of blood. This Ramatra swap has been so key. Thrower now able to just clog this choke. They push out to find 2 kills from a defensive standpoint. I mean, some 3 members of Pytel have been able to sneak in, but they're going to have to teleport right back out. Machu calling for the Reinhardt. I'm going to pull out the right against Thrower's Ram here. We'll see. We'll see after this grab is in play. Cheeseburger with a full photon beam, trying to melt through Thrower, but that armor is just too resilient. Not to mention the annihilation in the pocket if they need it. 95% on the board. Pytel have to make a move. Groko pushing on to the point. Cheeseburger's going to get caught in the vortex. The grab is going to fight 4, but a rally up. It's keeping everybody alive through it for now. 4v4 on this point as the rallying brings go face to face, but with the annihilation up, it's the edge over to Lucky Cat. They're going to move forward. The yellow bar starts to go down. Goku will not get another touch. 2 flashpoints in a row out of Lucky Cat. And they are going right next door and will get the defender's advantage here for Temple. Ooh, this could be an interesting clash here early. What's going on here? Just outside of market, Goku actually goes into the Ramatra. Orbital to push through this. Groka's able to isolate 630 with the Ravenous Vortex. The 4 remaining players of Lucky Cat back up onto the objective. Overclock still from Daze. They did not use it on the approach. A full disengage out of Lucky Cat's going to get first control over to Pytel. Daze finally pops that OC. Moving around towards the coast. It just kind of has to use it for peel. Just making sure that 630 doesn't get in the back line. Pytel set up on this backside. Looks to get broke, though. Chief finds 3 with the blade. Pytel got the positioning they wanted. They got set up with their back up against the wall. All guns were pointed forward. And then Chief comes in and picks up another 4K. Spectacular series here for Chief. Our first time getting Chief on stream and has been just truly impressive here in this series. Trash Panda showing some love for the Spitfire sim skin here. Cheeseburger showing some love over to 630 in the form of that turret. 5v4 for Pytel, but a huge ult advantage as they try to close out this map 5. An annihilation on the point from Thrower, but Groko's already found a kill with Chief down. Seems like the primary threat from Lucky Cat is back in spawn, waiting on one of those 9 lives, and this one's getting interesting. 72%. I don't know if we're going to get a recontest here. This series might go down to the 5th and final flashpoint. If it does, ult advantage for for Pytel. Teleport up top. There it is, time for a recontest on this point. A chance to end it here for Lucky Cat, and an orbital ray right on top of Thrower. Somehow dances around the shield enough to stay alive through that. Rally down invested here out of Pytel as they're still trying to lock down this door. Groko keeping the annihilation in the pocket. Was looking for somebody in the back line. It's a trade. Dazed is down. Thrower low. Groko will find the kill. The punch with the Nemesis to finish off Chief and 630. Pytel will force that 5th flashpoint. We're headed to Palace. And it's a race to get there first. Thank you, Shift Key, for finally working. It's going to be an interesting fight here. Orbital Ray for lots of aggression, but Nemesis and Photon Barrier to fend it off. Then you got the X Factor of Dazed with the OC. We're going to get most of the aforementioned ultimates, at least the trade on the Orbital to the Barrier. Dazed trying to back out, stay alive long enough. Picking up the Mega will do it, but Thrower's already punched through too and has chased Dazed all the way into the streets. First cap going to Lucky Cat here for our 5th and final flashpoint. A flawless fight is... it wasn't quite flawless. They did lose one, didn't they? Teleport set up from the front line of that back high ground. Croker choosing to not invest that Nemesis in the last fight, still holding it. It's the OC from Dazed. Gets the Photon Barrier, just dancing around the shield. Didn't really find anything, forced to fall back. 630, he's gonna get Cheeseburger, get the player advantage over. Blade out here from Chief. Could just be the nail in the coffin. The slice on the Daze is gonna take him down. Thrower's able to find Katos in the middle, back on the objective. Groka is gone. Lucky Cat have control, 70% on the board. There's about 12 seconds, 15 seconds for Pytel to get back onto this point. Oh, I respect it. I'm very fuel-based. I understand. Rally up from the defensive key dog. We do get the touch in the back line. Dazed forward goes over to a Tracer. Has to abandon the team to get it. And it leaves a huge mismatch on the front line that Chief is going to leverage into a couple of picks. Lucky Cat makes their first appearance on stream in this Map 5 playoff banger, and they're going to take it. We go the distance, and this series, down to the wire, lands in the paws of the Lucky Cat. They'll move on to your upper bracket semifinals. Thank you for the follow, Gut Sandwich. Wow. You know, we had hoped this was going to be a banger. And it in fact was. What a good start. What an incredible start to playoffs. I know in EMEA Master, they've been as many map 5s as there's been 3-0s in that playoff bracket. This playoff bracket is starting off similar. Obviously a bit more game shows. This is a top 16 double elim bracket. Always good sign when you get a map 5 banger in the first round. Look at some stats there from map 5. Throw our bucket and trends out of the 16K range up into 18K, leading once again, leading the server in damage. 38-4 to cap out that final map. Fewest deaths, most elims. I think it would have to be MVP of your series. Thor has most damage every map. Almost every map. Was in that map 2 loss on Numbani actually ends up a couple hundred damage behind Big Bog and Dazed, but only by a couple hundred, right? And then did have most damage there on map 1 by a long shot. Nobody else even close. So, I mean, an exceptional performance here from Thrower. What a debut from Lucky Cat. Finally getting him on stream. I mean, you know what? It was It took us a while, but it was worth the wait. It was worth the wait to see this squad. Enormous amount of damage there from throw. I'm very curious on totals. So we know, like, first 3 matches. Look how good, that's still so insane to me. The damage from thrower between maps 1, 2, and 3 are so close. We're within 30 points of each other. But you're looking, okay, so 45k roughly. We'll say another 12, that's 57. And we'll call 18, so 57, that's gonna be 60, 75k damage. 75k damage for thrower throughout that series. An easy 15k average. GG's? Whoa. There was like a huge chunk of FACEIT points. Like, Willis just won 500 FACEIT points. Okay. Huge giveaway. Let's go. Oh, Big Buck, thank you for the follow. Congrats. Big dub. Big dub. Ah, and there's your MVP. There's thrower / meta. There's your MVP. She's showing up. We're getting all the lucky cats here. We're getting all the lucky cats here. Congrats, guys. Good. GG. Big dub. Big dub. Big Bug, that 4K new body, man. I expect to see that on our highlights next week. That 4K new body was sick. That was so nasty. That was so nasty.